What's up, everybody? We got some upcoming ability changes to Titans. First things first, I don't know why, but this image is very pleasing. Alright, so moving into Rally Barricades. This barricade variant actually doesn't see much use apparently, so they've made some changes to make it a more viable option. It retains the same reload speed benefits as before, while adding other weapon buffs. Standing behind the Rally Barricade now also provides the following weapon buffs of plus 30 stability, plus 10 range, which is an interesting choice, and minus 50% flinch. All barricades. Currently, certain fast-moving abilities allow you to speed through an enemy barricade while taking minimal damage. The goal of this change is to make players think twice before dashing through a barricade to engage the Titan on the other side. Barricades still can't cause lethal damage, but dashing through one should now always leave you with a sliver of health. Players moving at a high velocity now take more damage when moving through hostile Titan barricades. Barricades now slightly protrude into the ground to better protect the Titan's feet on uneven ground. This should reduce instances where explosions and projectiles are able to sneak through the bottom of the barricade and hit the Titan. Behemoth. As you remember, halfway through last season, they released a portion of stasis-related changes originally intended for this season. They're pretty happy with the effect those changes have had on the Crucible, but some of the changes had a negative impact on the feel of stasis and PvE content. So, they've made some adjustments that should help keep these abilities feel better. In this case, the Cryoclasm change they made last season made it difficult to use Cryoclasm to shatter targets that were close to you. This change enables the Behemoth to shatter nearby enemies, even if they don't have enough space to get a running start. We also believe we overdid the movement speed nerf to Behemoth last season, which hurt the viability of Shiver Strike, especially during the Glacier Quake Super. We've also increased the movement speed to make this feel better. With this patch, we're also fixing a bug where the Whisper of Rhyme Overshield wasn't properly scaling, precision damage causing it to be significantly beefier than intended, which primarily impacted Tectonic Harvest Behemoths. So, changes specifically. Cryoclasm. While equipped, Base Slide now shatters crystals and frozen enemies. Increased duration of screen FX, notifying players that Cryoclasm long slide is ready from 1 second to about 4.5 seconds. Shiver Strike. Increased movement speed by 25%. Whisper of Rhyme. Fixed a bug where the overshield provided by Whisper of Rhyme was not scaling precision damage correctly. Middle Tree Sunbreaker. We're extending the throwing hammer lifespan to allow Titans more time to finish an engagement and still pick up their hammer before it vanishes. That's going to be nice. We also felt it could deal more damage against orange and yellow bar enemies. Also, the new charged melee action allows you to throw your hammer point blank at an enemy, which is pretty badass. That'll be interesting. Throwing hammer. Increased time before hammer explodes after hitting the ground from about 6.5 seconds to 10 seconds. And increased damage versus powerful PvE combatants by 50%. Top and bottom tree striker. Some of the game's melee-based supers are a little bit at a disadvantage in today's sandbox, so we've decided to give a few of them some love. In the future, we'll be looking at ways to reduce the disparity between melee supers and ranged supers in a more sustainable way. Fist of Havoc. Increased slam detonation radius by 14%, reduced slam damage falloff, and reduced slam attack activation cost from 21% to 18%. So, hopefully, you should be able to get one more in there. Middle Tree Striker. This change will be balanced out by something they have yet to mention. Apparently, they'll say more about this in a future TWAB. But Inertia Override increased duration from 4 seconds to 6 seconds, and sliding over an ammo brick now grants 20% melee energy. Top Tree Sentinel. The following change refers to the Ward of Dawn bubble itself and not players inside the bubble. Currently, dropping a Ward of Dawn on top of a boss is a no-brainer because it's so effective. The goal of this change is to reduce the breadth of encounters solved by Ward of Dawn and make Burly Bubbles as conscious choices by the Titans. Ward of Dawn, increased damage taken from the bosses from 0.25 times to 7 times at 0 resilience, and damage taken can scale down from 0.25 times based on the owner's resilience stat. That is all for Titans. Check back in next time for Hunters. Till then, stay safe, Guardians.